guys, welcome back. This is going to be episode 3, and we're actually going to stray away from the wide body installs for now, and we're going to go with something that benefits everyone, and that's going to be the secret to making sure that your louvers stay on your car. I have personally had maybe 3 or 4 different sets of louvers, different styles and everything, and every single one except for the last one that I currently have right now has either flown off or has started shaking, rattling, started making all sorts of noise. It peeled off, it started coming up. So now I'm going to show you how to make sure that when you do install your louvers, you do it right the first time so that you don't have any of those issues. Alright, so here we are. So this is not going to be an install video on how to install your louvers. This is just going to be what to do to make sure that they stay on, what you got to buy to make sure that they stick on right the first time, every single time. Alright, so with those that are familiar with installing the louvers, you'll know that it comes with a little double-sided adhesive, and then it has a little bolt and a nut that screw upwards, and then you got to screw it down. So all that stuff is going to be the same for any louver. It usually has 2 on the sides, and then it has 2 on the bottom, another 2 on the sides, and then another 3 on the top. It's going to be standard for every single louver. It doesn't matter what it is. Cool thing about this louver that I have is that it is the first and only louver that I've ever owned that's actually curved to the windshield. All the other ones, for example, I know there's a few companies out there that are just straight, and that causes a lot of pressure to be on the sides, especially when you pull it down. You could even feel it, how tense it is as soon as you push it down, that you're like, dude, this thing's gonna come off eventually. At some point I'm gonna be driving and this thing's gonna pop off. Even so, even if you have owned one of those, or if that's your current situation and that's the louver that you do currently own, there is a way to fix it. And no, it's not buying some liquid adhesive. It's not, for example, one of my friends was like, dude, buy this gasket oil thing, I put it on it, and don't do that. Don't use one of these. It's gonna make a mess. It might stick for a little bit, but after a while it's gonna stop working. It's not gonna work. You take it off, it's gonna look nasty. My friend that did tell me to use this, he stopped putting louvers on his car altogether because he hated the fact that he had to clean it up every single time. So moral of the story, do not use one of these. Alright, so none of the companies that I've ever purchased louvers from included the promoter, except for one, which is the one I bought this louver from. Ever since I installed it, I've had this louver on for about a year now. No issues. Cold weather, hot weather, sun, rain, whatever, they've never came off. They've never had any rattling issues, never had anything. Alright, so what I ended up using was the 3M Adhesion promoter. So what this does is that it binds the 3M tape that it currently already comes with, and it just makes it 20, 30 times stronger. Like, I'm not kidding. As soon as you put some of that promoter on here before you install the louver, this thing's not gonna come off. And the cool thing about the promoter is that you could use that for anything that uses 3M tape. This promoter also comes in the little sponge, except each one of these is like $5, so I recommend just buying the bottle. So what you're gonna end up doing is you're gonna take the sponge out of here before you install it. So imagine this is not on here. You're gonna grab the sponge, and every single area where you see that you're gonna end up sticking the adhesive on, just wipe it down with that sponge. Wipe it down, wipe it down, wipe it down, wipe it down, so long and so forth. You have, it says about a minute and a half of wait period before you put it on. I would recommend putting it on automatically as soon as it's still kind of wet, because the sponge is gonna be wet with this promoter. So as soon as you wipe it down, either with the sponge or with this, and for example a little towel, just wipe it all the way around, and then obviously have someone help you put down the louvers back into place, and these things are not going to move at all once that promoter is on there. And then the craziest part that blows my mind is that some of these companies sell these louvers for, you know, $200 plus, and they can include one of these little sponges in there for $5. You know, you're already paying $200 for this thing just to have it hold on for maybe a few weeks, if that, and then it starts peeling off, when you could have easily included one of these little sponges, or maybe in a bottle of this stuff, throw it in there, making sure that the louvers stick on correctly the way they were supposed to stick on from the get-go. So there you go. This is the secret to installing louvers and making sure that they stay on. Just with this little adhesive here, little adhesive bottle, or the sponge. Alright, so there you guys have it. I did a quick little video on how to make sure that your louvers stick on there every single time. A lot of friends that tell me, dude, my louvers came off, they rattled, I got annoyed, I wanted to take them off. So I ended up taking them off and they're just sitting at home. So this is a way so you guys can put your louvers back on and make sure that they stay on. And PSA to all those louver companies out there, just throw in one of those sponges. I mean, just throw in one of these. You guys will save up on a lot of people getting returns and stuff. So just make the investment, suck it up, put in some extra $5 into that box, and make sure that your customers are happy. Like every single time, all the links to everything are down below. I included some popular louver links. I also included the link to the 3M tape, bottle, a liquid sponge, all that stuff. I included all at the bottom. And like always, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.